What if I told you that a single shift in how you see the world could change, well, everything? In this explainer, we're diving deep into the power of self-responsibility. It sounds simple, but it might just be the key to freeing ourselves from patterns of fear and blame.
Our journey starts with this really powerful idea. Truth, as I've learned, cannot truly be told. And what that means is you can't just read about truth in a book or have someone explain it to you. It's an experience. It's something you have to live and encounter for yourself.
Think about it like this. You can say the word bird all day long, but that word is never going to grow wings and fly. Of course not, right? The word is just a symbol. The actual, living, breathing creature, that is the truth. And keeping that difference in mind, the symbol versus the reality, is going to be super important for what we talk about next.
Okay, so if truth is an experience, where do our experiences actually come from? The source material we're looking at has a fascinating take on this, that every single thing we do, think, or decide, it all comes from one of two fundamental places.
And this is the core of it all. It's a choice between two paths. On one side, you've got love, which is all about taking responsibility for yourself and recognizing your own inner power. And on the other side, you have fear. And fear is what pushes us toward dependence, toward believing that the power is always somewhere outside of us.
So how does this actually play out in our lives? Well, it brings us to this huge problem. The way we, often without even realizing it, give away our own power by blaming everything that happens to us on something else.
I mean, does this list look familiar? Something great happens and we say, oh, I got lucky. Something bad happens and we blame fate or society or things that happened in our past. Every time we do that, we're basically handing over the keys to our own life to these outside ideas.
You see, as long as we believe the reason for our feelings is out there somewhere, we're kind of stuck. We end up like actors in a play where we don't have any control over the script. And so the drama, that cycle of conflict and feeling powerless, it just keeps going and going.
But, and this is a big but, there is a way out. It's a huge and sometimes scary choice. It's the choice to take it all back, to accept full 100% responsibility for our lives and every single one of our experiences.
And here's the wild paradox of it all. Giving up responsibility might feel easier in the moment, but it's totally rooted in fear, and it leaves us with no power. But taking full responsibility? The source says it can be terrifying at first, but what's on the other side of that terror is total liberation, because you literally can't be responsible for your life without also being powerful. The two go hand in hand. So how do we even start? It begins with one simple act, questioning. But not questioning like you're doubting yourself. The ancient root of the word question actually means to seek. So when you ask, why do I feel this way? You're not attacking yourself. You're starting a quest for the truth. This process turns responsibility from some big, scary idea into something you can actually do. You question why you feel stuck or angry. That question makes you seek the real reason. In that search, you uncover the story you've been telling yourself. And once you see the story for what it is, just a story, you can finally dissolve it and let it go. Now, we got to be realistic here. This isn't some magic pill you take one time and you're cured. This is a journey. It's a process of unlearning patterns that, for many of us, have been there our entire lives. Just think about it for a second. Most of our deepest core beliefs, we didn't consciously choose them. We soaked them up from our culture, our parents, our schools, everything around us. So it makes sense that taking apart something that took decades to build is going to take time and effort.
Oh, I absolutely love this quote from the source. It just captures the feeling of this work perfectly. It's not some straight, predictable climb up a staircase. Nope. It's more like you're exploring a huge living landscape. Some days you'll walk for miles, and other days you might find yourself circling back to look at something you thought you'd already figured out. It's a living, breathing process.
So this brings us to the ultimate goal of this whole journey. What actually happens when we start to peel back all those layers of beliefs we inherited? What do we find underneath it all? This is where we get to the huge difference between belief and truth.
Beliefs are incredibly powerful, no doubt about it. They can give us hope and courage. But if you think about it, a belief is really an attempt to create something that isn't quite real yet. It's the story we tell ourselves, the filter we put over reality.
Truth, on the other hand, well, truth doesn't need any help from us. It doesn't need you to believe in it for it to be real.
It's just like that bird we talked about. It just is. It's the raw, unfiltered experience of reality itself.
And this, right here, is the real power of self-responsibility. It's the tool that helps us quiet all that noise from our beliefs. It helps us finally see the stories we're telling ourselves and tell the difference between those stories and what's actually real. And when all that noise finally fades away, when we stop blaming everything and everyone outside of us, and we dissolve all those internal dramas, what's left? According to the source, the fundamental truth at the very core of who we are is simply love. So we'll leave you with this one last thought to chew on. If you really truly embrace this idea that you are responsible for everything you experience, what stories would you let go of? And what incredible truth might you find waiting for you, right underneath it all?